This is every single LEGO Series 27 minifigure, so let's open it up and have a look. Here they are, all 12 of them. I do have their accessories, but I don't really care about them, so I'm just going to be showing them without their accessories. This list is going to be ranked from the best to the worst. I know it's normally the other way around, but I'm different. The best figure of the series is the Wolfpack Beastmaster. This figure is a remake of one of the factions from like the 70s, and it's really cool. It would go great in a castle setup if you have that, like a display, but yeah, just a really greatly detailed figure. I love it. Here is the Cat Lover minifigure, who I actually do quite like because I like cats. This pirate, much to the dismay of every LEGO Star Wars fan ever, has a waist cape. It's also just a brilliant figure. I think the hair mold is great, the face is just amazing, and the colours are honestly great. If you like pirates, this is probably the best one in the series, unless you also like Castle. This guy looks like an Ninjago villain. I like the sand green and brown colour scheme, but yeah, he's just a bit odd. I don't even know what he's supposed to be. LEGO make a lot of minifigures of just people in costume suits, and this is just a straight up monster, which I do have to respect. This figure has a really distinctive head mold, and the colour of dark blue is just a really good choice. This is some person with some sort of affiliation to space in some way that I don't know. Could be a police officer, could be a criminal, whatever it is, you decide. Remember, we are going from best to worst, so you know it's bad when we get one of these costume people. They're not always bad, but most of the time they are, and this one is just so irrelevant. You know, I really like the brick suit guy, or the dinosaur from series like 18, whatever. But you know, this is just, oh, you know, there's not even a Lego pterodactyl. This minifigure is supposed to be some sort of fanatic of whatever those circly things are. I really hope they're not supposed to be Beanie Babies. Obviously, it's not licensed. Just a fun fact, I know this is going completely off the rails about this minifigure, but there are loads of Beanie Babies group chats out there, Facebook, Reddit, wherever you go. They're all just talking about how they're getting really good deals. Like, oh, I went to Goodwill and got 100 different Beanie Babies for $5. But yeah, of course you did, because it's all worthless. But I don't think I've ever judged a Lego minifigure, you know, by how much of a neek I think they'd be. But this is up there. Like, you think I'm weird with all the Lego? Well, you probably don't. Lego collecting is cool. But this person, I mean, that's all I have to say for it, you know. I can't even say, oh, it's a cool mold for the hair, or the Beanie Babies, or whatever they are. Maybe they're Pokemon. Maybe they're going to use that to make Pokemon. I don't know. I don't like this figure. But it's not the worst figure, by the way. I do think it's kind of cool if you just take away the Beanie Babies. Like, she doesn't look that weird. I mean, she's wearing like a dressing gown. I could not decide out of these three which one was the worst, because they're all kind of bad. I think this figure is officially called the Astronomer, but the most, like, important thing is that she has 2 new molds to show that she has an amputated arm, which, you know, is cool. I'm not sure if the arm looks very Lego-y, you know, but that's probably just because all Lego figures have kind of had like normal hands and or hooks. But yeah, no, it's really great that they've got some representation here, obviously, but yeah, the figure itself is just not good. How many skaters have we gotten now? I know this one is meant for like 6-year-olds, you know, like some of these are meant for like 40-year-olds and people like my age, like the Wolfpack Beastmaster, and then some of them are just meant for, these 3 are meant for very small children, which, you know, is great. Lego is primarily a kid's store, but actually nowadays when you go into the store, it's all black boxes and it says 18 plus, so we're getting more good sets. But yeah, I don't like this figure. Nobody does, other than very small children, so it's cool for them, but I'm not the biggest fan. And finally, there's also this figure. Because I'm trying to be like other LEGO YouTubers, I can say that that hair mold is probably new in that colour. Yay, you know, the more you know. But yeah, it's originally from Jay from the LEGO Ninjago movie, but now it's used like 8 years later, which is cool. So in conclusion, I think this series is one of those ones where the highs are very high, you know, like the Wolfpack Beastmaster, absolutely amazing, and then the lows, oh no, it's probably the lowest lows Lego's done for a while, but it's just not good. However, I do think that overall this is a pretty good series, and I do recommend getting it, maybe, I don't know. This is my Lego castle setup. It's probably the biggest in the world. It has over 4,000 pieces, which is more than a real-life Citroen C1 has. I'm actually laughably unfunny. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Just so you know, this is not a sponsored video. because nobody wants to sponsor a YouTube channel with 22 subscribers. I do have a business email, so if you do get in contact, but very cheap rates, you know, it's cheaper than like getting M&R to shout you out and say, oh, use Whatnot, because yeah, you should use Whatnot. It's a really good app, yeah. Anyway, goodbye.